Good Monday morning, everyone. Hunter with Dalkey Forestry Services here today. Today we are doing one of my favorite things, which is taking a little walk through the woods. This is just going to be a really short, quick video, but I wanted to address what happens when you don't thin your trees. Now, there are a few questions I get from time to time. What happens if we do nothing? Is doing nothing a management plan for our land? And there are some instances, absolutely true. You can put your hands up and walk away from your woods and say, things are still going to be here in 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 plus years if I do nothing. That's absolutely true. By no means are your trees going to disappear. But as stewards of the land, our job is to make sure that we are always leaving things better than we found them. If we're not going to let Mother Nature take its course when a wildfire comes through and wants to thin herself out, then we better be taking steps to act as that force of nature and thin some of the trees ourselves. This is a perfect example of what happens when red pines are not thinned. Take a look at some of these guys. Look at this. I don't know if the video will do it justice, but how tiny it is, as I impale my head here on a stick, how tiny this is. These things are, I haven't measured heights yet. They're definitely 70 plus feet tall. I'm not sure if these ones have hit 80 yet. But these guys, I'm sure everyone's been driving back roads and you've seen 70 foot tall, 80 foot tall, 90 foot tall pine trees that are gigantic. You can barely wrap your hands around. These guys, not the case. This is one of the biggest ones here in this stand. That's getting a little better. That's maybe about 11 inches across. We measure diameter at breast height, DBH it's called. So these trees by no means are tipping over dead. They're not going to fall over tomorrow. However, if they would have been thinned, they would be a lot happier and a lot healthier. Let's give you a look up at the top. So way up there, the video won't do it too much justice, but you see that. Let's use this tree as an example right here. We look at something called LCR, that's live crown ratio. So what that is it's a ratio of live branch area of the tree, so this little clump up here, compared to all the rest of the tree that doesn't have live branches on it. So for red pines, you're going to want to keep that LCR around 30% or greater to have a very happy, healthy tree. When it gets to be a really tiny sliver, like these ones are up here, you're dipping down probably, let's see, 1, 2. All right, so that's about a 1/6 of the tree, maybe a 1/7 of the tree. I'm not good with my fractions right on the spot, but I can tell you that's less than 30%. I know that for a fact. So this in here all needs to be thin. These trees, if they were given a little space to breathe, they would have been a lot thicker by now. They would have been a lot healthier, a lot stronger. Right now, these are more susceptible to pests, to drought, to any level of stress. They don't have as much get up and go to work with as trees that would have more of a larger, healthier crown. So while your trees definitely aren't going to tip over by any means, it's something to keep in mind that it's our job to make sure that the forest is being maintained in a responsible manner. If we're not 100% going to step away and let Mother Nature take its course when she wants to burn some of the woods down, we have to be responsible and manage some of these woods. So this is only a couple acres back here, and I'm sure it's never been thinned in its lifetime. But this is a customer's property that I'm walking today and going to be making some recommendations for, and this is definitely going to be one of them. These trees are going to be here if you do nothing, but if you do something, they'll be here a lot longer.